Welcome to the Doghouse Podcast, where we talk about topics that get us into the doghouse with our wives. And we're not only about the doghouse. We're talking about anything else, sports, what you guys might be going through. So if you guys ever feel the need to express how you're feeling and what's going on in your life, please reach out to us via Discord or via our streams, and we'll talk about any topics you guys would like to talk about. So,
First question.
First question.
First question was brought to you by, what is his name? I can't.
Shardy?
And where do you know him from?
I don't. Maybe Rocket League?
Yeah, that's where I remember you guys talking about Rocket League.
Yeah,
so,
I might have known. Yeah.
Okay, you knew him in Rocket League. So video games.
Yeah, video games.
And you've only ever played video games with them. Well, his first question, I've edited it up a little bit, but cross-gendered best friend. So, like, how do you feel if your wife has a male friend, and we're going to talk about the opposite side of how they might feel you having a female friend.
Yeah.
Like, it can just be, the gender that you are attracted to, you're friends with.
Yeah, so basically,
we're both heterosexual.
Yep. So obviously, like Ed's gonna talk about if his wife, my mother, she has a male best friend, and Abby, my fiance, soon-to-be wife, will have if she would have a male best friend, how me and Ed feel about that, and then we're gonna talk about how it would be if we had female best friends and stuff like how they might feel and our views on that. Yeah. So that's what this topic is about, is best friends of the opposite gender. So Ed, if you want to start.
Yeah, like my biggest is I have no problems if my partner has a cross-gender best friend. I have no trust problems with my wife, but if I did, I could see it being I don't not trust her. I don't trust the other person.
Yep.
Like, what is their motive? Mm-hmm. Like, it's their motives that I don't trust, because why are they, why are they talking to someone that's already partnered up?
Yeah. And like to kind of bounce off him too, I've been that best friend of a taken woman, and I know how us men can be with a taken woman when we're single, and I think that might be hard for some people. Yeah. Like personally, again, like what Ed, like my partner here, Ed said, I don't see a problem with it. I don't think Abby has any guy friends at all, actually. So, but
my partner, your mom, my mom does, and I have no problem with it, because I'm also a friend with them too. Yeah. Like, that's even better than I trust them even more if I'm friends with them, and they're just closer friends than I'm with them. And I have a female friend that I've had, I don't know, probably 10 years now. I've visited them once. They've visited us once. They are married themselves. And I know my wife gets sussed about it. She gets sussed about it. But overall, she doesn't care. Like, she may joke about it, but, like, I've been in different relationships, but they've been in the same relationship the entire time. Yeah. And, their relationship might be up and down, but, like, that's what we talk about, is each other's relationships. Yeah. It's mostly, like, it doesn't matter if, oh, God, my camera's too hot. Yeah. Why is it too hot? Oh, well, I might lose that, so who cares? We'll have to figure that out next time. This is why we do it live. Yeah, this is the first time for that podcast, and my camera just said it's too hot.
Yeah, I saw that. It popped up.
It popped up too hot. Okay. Well,
but yeah, off of what Ed said, Abby doesn't have any guy friends at all. I don't believe. I think it's just her. Did she
ever have guy friends through high school?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I don't believe so.
See, I've always had, I don't really care about my gender because I was big. I didn't have a lot of high school friends. Like, I know you did. I know you had a lot of high school friends. But you went to a totally different type of high school.
I went to a big high school.
Yeah, you went to one of the larger high schools in the area. Yep. I also went to a school where I was miles and miles away from the school. Yeah. Like, where you went to a high school where everyone was in that same area, and that's like they all came from the same elementary and middle schools. Yep. Like, I never had that. So I played a lot of video games, and I had friends with just people that were, because I played World of Warcraft, because that was the game. And I had male and, oh shit, look at that. He's just gifting 2 subs. This is why we do it live.
Jason with the 2 subs.
He gifted a sub to the doghouse, and he gave it to your dad.
Oh, look at that. Look at the subs. Yeah. Jason coming in with the subs. We appreciate that, Jason. Thank you so much, man.
Sorry to the audio listeners, but sometimes it happens in live,
Yep.
But, like my friends were people that I played WoW with. I didn't care about their gender. I cared about what class they played and how well they were at the game, And oh, look at that dog. You need to put like a dog camera on. Just that include this when they do something cute. Because look at her how she's laying. This dog is laying like legs up in the air. It's amazing. But yeah, that's my real opinion. I don't know, how would Abby feel if you have female friends?
Abby would not like it.
Abby would not like it.
Abby would not be okay with me having female friends, and that's something I'm okay with. Actually, when we first met, I was a correctional sergeant in at a county facility, county jail, and she was the cute little, canteen worker. I thought she was very cute, and I was a little shy to talk to her. So, we kind of talked a little bit about some soda, whatever. And I was actually good friends with my 2 female officers, and it was nice. It wasn't anything weird, or I wanted to be with them or anything like that. It was just friends. It was me being friends with my 2 officers, and then Abby and I eventually became what we became. We started dating, and we went out with them a few times. We went out with the female coworkers and some male coworkers, and it was fine because she knew them beforehand, and we all kind of got along very well. And then my female coworkers really liked her, and they kind of helped us get together. But since I left that, I don't really talk to them anymore at all. Actually, I don't talk to them at all. But I do not have any female friends. I do not look for female friends because that's something Abby doesn't like.
But like, if you have new female friends at your work.
If I had new female friends at my work, I would probably tell Abby
right away.
Right away.
That's the big thing. Tell them right away.
Yeah, tell them right away.
Tell them right away. Tell the gender of your friend. Because I know your mom would be like, who's that? What gender?
Yep, and that's how Abby is,
too.
Yeah,
you just gotta be open
and honest.
Open and honest and say, she's my mom. And then if they're in a relationship, too, that's a better thing.
Yeah, for sure. But, just make sure, if when I start my new job, and there's going to be women at this job.
You're probably going to be one of the few male
people. So it's just something we kind of have to deal with. I don't look for friendships in women. I mean, that might sound bad, but if it's something that Abby is uncomfortable with and doesn't like, then I tend to stay away from it, and I've messed up in the past with that kind of stuff. So. And
I have cut out. Making sure I'm in this.
We got Jason who just commented. Jason is a dear friend of mine. We've known him for 7 or more years now. He lives out in the Netherlands. He's actually from the United States, but he moved us to the Netherlands. He actually just commented, I always told my girl the same thing you look for in a friend, you look for in a relationship.
Yeah, well, that could be sus,
Yeah, that can be a tough thing to handle, I try to make Abby as happy as possible, and if she doesn't want me having any women friends, then that's something that I am okay with, because I obviously love her, and I don't. To me, a friendship is not worth losing what I have with Abby and my family over. You know what I mean?
Given up a female friend because I didn't see how she was manipulative to me, and she was basically using me as a second, just like a partner on standby because we were such long friends. And it was, making your mom or my wife uncomfortable. And I just basically stopped talking to her, and I told her that, and that's how it was. Because it was an uncomfortable thing, because she was my type, and it was overall uncomfortable. She was in a relationship, but she always felt me I was always her second option. That's always how it felt.
Yeah. But I think for any guys out there listening, if I would suggest you guys be open and honest about if you do start a new job or you do go to the grocery store or something, you guys strike up a conversation with a female,
or you're a streamer,
just be open and honest with your girlfriend or whatever, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Just make sure you're open and honest, because if you're not, it can lead to bigger problems down the road. And I firsthand experienced that where I didn't tell Abby about a female friend, and it led to bad things. So it brings up trust issues in the relationship and stuff like that, and that's just never good. So just make sure, if you're listening to this, just make sure you're open and honest with your significant other, because that's the big piece, especially with relationships with the opposite gender.
Yeah. And what your friend Sneak said, he's had a long-time female friend.
Oh, yeah.
Where, it's been since kids, and that's also a weird thing.
That's much different, though.
Where if he's been friends with her since, kindergarten, first grade, and he's literally going to school, it might be weird, but I think he became friends with her before they even cared about gender.
Yeah, or before they even met, you know what I mean? That's
way before he met his partner.
Yeah, that's another thing.
But it's way before, kids don't care. If Oakley goes to daycare and he has a friend with a girl.
Yeah, and then they've been friends the whole lives, what I mean?
He probably never, when he first became friends with her, gender means nothing.
No, of course not. When you're a little kid, that doesn't mean nothing either,
I had friends that I literally was friends with from kindergarten through 8th grade, and she played with us, and playing sports just like with the dudes, and I stopped talking to her because I went on different paths in life, but from kindergarten through 12th grade, she was just a friend of ours.
And just kind of like what I'd started out with too, you know what I mean? Like for us men and your wives, girlfriends, fiancés have a man best friend or a man friend, I know you don't care, and I know I don't care if Abby wanted a guy best friend. I'd be okay with it as long as she's open and honest and she's not hiding nothing from me. I don't think it's...
Yeah, like my wife also will show me anything they're saying between each other.
Yeah, and that's huge as well, but the thing is...
I don't need to see it, but if I do ask and see it, she has no problem showing
And the thing is, I think with that is, as much as we don't care, I think it's also a little different, especially with me, because I've been in the shoes of the guy being the friend, and it's sometimes it can be a little what's the word I'm looking for? Sus, as Adam said. Especially if the guy friend wants to message her at 10 o'clock at night or wants to go out to eat with her, or
only her,
not with like a couple, but only her. Then that's where I get a little concerned. At that point, it's like, what is this guy up to? You know what I mean? Like, what is his motive? What is his intentions with my wife?
And if he just wants to be friends, okay. But he has to know, you're married.
Yeah. And also, I think it comes with how long you guys have been together. You and my mom have been together for a long time now. You know what
5 years.
You guys have been together, and me and Ab's been together for 3 years now. So I think it's 10 years down the road, am I really going to care if a guy hits on Abby? No, I mean I barely care now. Obviously, she's hot. Abby's a smoking babe, man.
Yeah.
I mean, she gets compliments. But it's just the fact of if her friend is going to message her at midnight or, be like, hey, what are you doing on Saturday? You guys want to
send me some snaps.
Yeah. Snapchat's a big one, too. Snapchat's big,
Especially because it disappears.
Oh, we got another comment here.
Oh, shit.
So let's read this comment here from Jason.
Yeah, and I will put this also up on the video, so.
Jason said, I think with complete honesty, it will always, at least for me, would be very uncomfortable knowing my girl is hanging out with a dude. Like, it would always have me wondering, and I really am a jealous type when it comes to that.
Well, some guys are very jealous, and some women are very jealous. I think my wife is very jealous than any sort of women, because I'm a photographer, and 90% of the models are females, and I want to be a body positive photographer and not just photograph women that are pretty white girls that are twigs. I do those type of photos, but I would like to represent normal bodies, at all different bodies.
Yep.
And I get a new follower, or I have a new shoot with someone that is a woman, and first thing that happens is my wife's hackles go up, but I also alleviate that by bringing her along to the shoots. Like her meeting the models and knowing that the models, we are completely platonic, and it's just like a business, transaction. But free. It is not anything sexual at all.
Yeah.
Because I also know that male photographers and anyone could actually prey on that too.
Yeah.
That's that type of situation.
And to even bounce off of Jason's thing, I used to be the jealous type. I used to, especially like in high school. I used to be super jealous in high school. And I kind of got over that pretty quick. But I'm not as jealous these days. But some guys are jealous, and that's okay. That's okay to have feelings like that. It's okay to show feelings that you're jealous. As long as you're open to talking about those feelings with your significant other, I think it should be fine. Obviously, if she has issues with that, then that's a different issue. If your girlfriend, fiance, whatever doesn't like your jealousy, that's a whole nother topic that you guys need to talk about, I think. But I'm with you, Jason. I mean, obviously, if Abby was out just by herself with another guy.
Going to a bar
or something. I would feel a little weird about that too, as I think any man would. Like, how come you're not home with me? How come you didn't invite me? How come I'm at home alone?
And also, how long have they been in a relationship?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Jason said, very true. Yeah. But I believe that jealousy is insecurity in some way of caring for a person and maybe making yourself believe that they have options or better choices.
If you have bad self-esteem, you might always worry that there's always going to be someone better for them.
Yeah.
Where honestly, they chose you for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's something you have to get over. I have problems with that even still to this day. And we've been married for 2 years, together for 5.
Yeah.
Like that she's going to leave me for someone else. But I've gotten better with that, and I don't worry about that as much. But that is a thing that people have to worry about.
Yeah, and I think you just got to know within yourself that, she's obviously, if you're a girlfriend, fiance, boyfriend, husband, whatever, they're with you for a reason. They're not just going to up and leave you, be like, oh, this Ed is not worth it anymore after 3 years. That's not going to, or 5 years, that's not going to be it, man. You know what I mean? So I just make sure you're open and honest and communicate with your partner, especially when it comes to opposite sexes of the gender, or friends of the opposite gender. Make sure you're just open and honest with that. You know what I mean? Keep the open dialogue and just make sure you don't lie or hide anything.
Hiding, yes. Hiding even by lying by omission. Too.
Yeah.
Like lying by omission is just as bad as just lying.
Yeah.
Like just not saying that you have a new friend that might be of that gender.
Yep.
Like that's just as bad, and like not even just saying, hey, she is a woman. Just letting you know, letting you know ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like that shows that you're being sincere to your partner.
Yep. So again, just make sure you guys are open and honest. I've struggled with that, especially with sometimes with Abby, and then it weighs on our relationship a lot, and I regret a lot of the things some of the things I've done, and I'm not perfect by any means, or not even close,
That's what makes this better. Makes the podcast and makes us have something to talk about. You know?
Exactly. So there are times where I've lied or I've hid things from Abby, and eventually she found out and just didn't work out for me.
It goes way worse if they find out later.
Yep. And then even if you might be good, they might not know for a while, but then once they find out,
it's 100 times.
Yep. And it'll continue to weigh on your relationship. Way longer. Yeah. Yes. So, and maybe I wish I had something to tune into like this to kind of help me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, and I think that's a big thing is just make sure you're open and honest. It might not always be like that, and if you guys fight or whatever, just make sure, you give each other space. I learned that recently through my mom, just give her space. If she's not happy or she's pissed off or mad, just give her space and try to come at her calm or whatever, but just make sure you guys don't hide or lie, because that just makes things so much worse than it needs to be.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to other females or men or whatever it is. I think it makes it so much worse. Yeah. So again, I don't have an issue if Abby wanted to have friends that are guys. It doesn't bother me none, and I know it doesn't bother you any.
Nope.
And I know Abby doesn't really hide anything from me. I mean, hopefully.
Hopefully.
But I've never had an issue with Abby like that. You know what I mean? So, and I know Abs does not like me having females. Which is fine. I know.
Probably because she doesn't trust the females.
Well, it might be. Well, also I've messed up too, and she doesn't. There's some trust issues between her and I, and I'm constantly working on it. And that's something that I need to continue to work on. You know what I mean?
And as Jason in chat just said, communication is key, and your partner is supposed to be your best friend. Yep. I always don't understand people that have I have friends, but my best friend is always my wife.
And that's to be the person you always want to go to and talk about something too. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is good having someone to talk about your partner to have problems, and that's where a therapist might come in too. Just having someone to talk about your problems with, or problems that you don't want to. You want to first talk to someone first, but your best friend should be your partner, because I don't understand how people are married or in long-term relationships and say their partner is not their best friend.
Yeah, your partner should be the person you love, the best friend, your friend. They should be number one always. I feel. So, but and it's just what it is. If Abby was okay with me having friends that are women, am I going to seek out friends that are women? No. But if it were to happen and she was okay with it, then so be it. But if my wife does not like me having friends that are women, then so be it. I can live with that, and my relationship with my wife is much stronger because of it. And it's something that I wouldn't, like I said earlier, I wouldn't want to have a female friend and ruin my relationship with Abby just for a friend.
That's number one.
Yeah, because
friendship is not more important to me
for sure.
than
friendships,
my relationship with my wife.
And there will be plenty of other friendships too as well, especially as you get older and down the line, and things may change. Maybe in 10 years from now, when we've been married for 15 years, or whatever the case is, she might not give a shit.
Yeah.
She might be like, oh, that guy's flirting. She's flirting with Brian. Oh, yeah, I'm taking him home anyway. It might be different. You know what I mean? And then that just comes with how long you've been together, maybe, and just the trust and stuff like that. So, I'm gonna keep saying it. Like Jason said in chat, communication is key. And if you struggle with communication, like I have, I've definitely struggled.
I used to. I had terrible anxiety.
Yeah.
And my anxiety, I always was worried about being screamed at because I said something. Because that's part of my past. Being screamed at because I said something, I would just lie. I would just not say it. I would lie by omission, and I've tried to be as good about. like, even if you can't say it to them, maybe text it to them.
Yep.
Like, that's sometimes the best way to have an argument is over text. We used to have that in early of our relationship, where we would talk about it before I got home when I was working, because we were able to talk, like, type it out and think about it versus just, screaming at
I actually had a buddy of mine who, when him and his wife fought, which wasn't often, but they actually write notes to each other every day and just leave it on the counter, and then she'd read it and she'd write down. Then when he gets home from work, he'd read it and then they'd write it down. So then if talking doesn't work, text or write a note or do something. Especially like me, I think my big thing is when I talk is confrontation with my significant other. I don't want to cause confrontation. Sometimes it's easier just to stay quiet or stay mad, but that's not good advice. I don't think you should do that. And I struggle with that even to this day, where staying open and communicating with my partner is hard. I don't want to upset my partner. I don't want to make things worse. And sometimes maybe texting or doing whatever might be easy for the both of you. So maybe Abby doesn't like confrontation, so she doesn't want to talk to me, or she might think I'm going to yell or scream at her. Maybe sometimes we do text. And, sometimes it is easier. And if she wants to text, then maybe talk about it. That's something too.
And what Jason said, he might ignore it. And I don't think ignoring any big problem is ever going to... Like, just ignoring it is just going to put it off. Like, I recommend talking about it as soon as possible, and because people are going to stew. They're going to get madder and madder and madder and madder. And not, give her a chance to talk about it. You talk about it to her. And if you can't talk about it as a person, that's why I say text. Text.
There's always...
Or write it out.
Yeah, there's multiple ways, you know what I mean? And I struggle with it still to this day, is openly communicating with my wife, especially when we get into it. And it's very frustrating right now. We have 2 young kids. Cooper's 4 months old, Oakley's 1.5 years. Then we have Lacey, who's 7. We have 2 dogs. So it's crazy.
It could be a madhouse in your house.
It's a madhouse, And she does a fantastic, wonderful job taking care of the kids, especially when I'm streaming or right now we're streaming. She's taking care of the kids. She does an excellent job. So tensions run high in this house. And there are times where the smallest little things set us off, and then we're mad at each other for a day or two, and we get into it and we fight and we bicker, but no one talks, or none of us communicate. We just stay mad at each other. And from the outside looking in, I think I need to do a better job at communicating as well. And I think sometimes she might get scared that I'm going to yell at her, which is not the case. I don't yell at my wife. So
but she might have that in her history, so that's always what she develops back.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And I have like my instinct is, she's gonna leave me. She's gonna leave me now. Once we're having an argument, we had an argument last night, and like I get all angry and mad, and then I stop talking, and I'm all in my feelings, and act that way. And this morning we're back to normal. What happened sucks, and it was something we have to work on, and but it makes us stronger too.
Yeah, sometimes all you need is time. Even if you guys don't talk about it right away, don't just sit there like stewing on it and being mad or whatever. Reflect on yourself. Hey, Flay, I appreciate the follow, man. Thank you. If you're still in here, I appreciate that follow. But sometimes like my mom taught me in the last couple of days, you need to give space to each other. You need to give space to each other to kind of decompose instead of getting all mad and just getting more mad and holding a grudge. I think giving each other space is a good thing sometimes.
Some space is good, but just like ignoring the problem is not. Like if you need space to calm down, go for a walk or go in different rooms, go play a video game that just to shoot things up in a video game to just decompress.
Yeah, I agree, Jason. I don't know what just happened. We just lost all of our viewers. I don't know what happened there. That's weird.
Something probably happened because I just saw it go from 6 down to 2.
Yeah, that was weird. But not talking about it means, if you don't talk about it, eventually it's become a problem down the road, and I think that's not good either. There's been times where Abby will just say I'm fine, and then
it's not fine.
It's not fine.
Just saying, when someone says it's fine, it's not really fine.
Yeah. So just I don't know, and I wasn't to bring something up. I completely forgot about it because I looked at the viewers and I completely lost track of what I was about to say.
Yeah.
But just whatever you guys do, just make sure you stay open and honest, especially when it comes to being friends with the opposite gender. I think is a big thing. I learned the hard way about that big time.
I have too.
Yeah. So you got to make sure that you're always open and honest with your partner. And I'm not perfect. I still struggle with that to this day. Literally just the last couple of days. It's been very stressful with these 2 kids and the dogs and everything going on. So. Just make sure, if you guys are listening, make sure you stay open and honest. and continue to grow with your significant other and learn from experiences. I think that's the big thing.
What the experience of what has happened in the past helps you go forward.
Yep. So just continue to grow and all that with your significant other, and it should get better. Just don't lie or hide things.
Okay, I think I think that's about it for this topic.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if there's any more, but communication is key. Is our big TLDR.
Yep. But also that goes for the women out there listening. I would say before we close it out,
communication on both sides.
Don't just shut us men out, because then that makes us mad too.
Yes.
That's something else I would hope. And we're closing out this first topic here, but women, if you're listening out there, please make sure you're open to us too. If we're trying to talk to you and you keep shutting us out, that makes us more mad, I feel.
Yeah.
At least with me personally, if I'm trying to talk to Abby and she's like, I'm fine. But I know she's not fine. I'm not. I wasn't born yesterday.
My head tells me I'm fine, because that's how my anxiety. She might be actually fine, but I need to actually hear something other than I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine is a word that means I'm not fine.
And I think that also goes for everyone out there. Don't continue which I do. Don't continue to ask what's wrong. That pisses everyone off even more. Ladies, if there's any women out there, please make sure that you're open and honest and willing to talk with your guy. And even if you're not willing to talk with him right then and there, tell him that you need space.
Yeah.
So then we know, because we don't know everything.
Yes.
We don't know everything. So make sure you guys let us know if you need space.
Yes.
We'll give you space. I'm sure we can go play some video games while you take your space.
In my argument last night, that's actually one thing she did, and it was great. She said, I need to take some space.
Yep.
And she went and meditated, because that's one thing my wife likes to do.
Yep.
She likes to meditate, and it actually helped the situation, because we were screaming at each other. And basically we came back and we're like, what are we even arguing about? We're arguing on the same side of things, because that happens a lot of the time too. Where we're literally just arguing and we're both actually agreeing to each other. We don't know, just because we're so heated.
See, and maybe there's another topic. I know we're closing out this one here, but
long distance.
Long distance.
I will put that in that. That is actually a great topic. I will put that in the board for.
And also, I know we're closing this out, so if you guys have any questions or anything you guys want us to talk about, please feel free. We can maybe talk about it today or for future episodes too.
Yeah, we will extend episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
If there is a great question.
Yeah, so we will extend episodes, because we have this topic that we're about to close out, and then we have one more.
One more.
So if anyone in chat wants us to maybe talk about one more,
it's a huge topic.
Our intro was a little short, so we could have another thing to talk about.
And I think if it's a huge topic, we will just table it to another episode.
Yep.
Or if it's something we can answer pretty quickly, we can just answer that and extend our episode, because I don't want episodes to be longer than an hour, but if they're 30 minutes to an hour, they're great, because that's how I feel.
And again, for everyone just joining us, if you guys have any questions or concerns or anything you want us to talk about, in our Discord, actually,
we have a special channel for
you can submit questions or anything you want us to talk about in our Discord, and the link's below. Yeah. So make sure you guys join the Discord. It's a big family there. We're all there.
Yep, we're all four of us are in there.
Yep.
We'll flesh it out as we get more people. Right now, we have just the basic channels. If we need more channels, we'll put them in there.
Yeah, for sure. The Discord's a great place to talk to any one of us. My mom. For a female, Abby's in there, my wife, Ed and I are in there.
Yeah.
Jason's even in here if anyone wants to talk to him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of...
He's going through a long-distance relationship.
Yeah, Jason might have advice, and for him, he's living halfway across the world, so it might be a little different for him out there, too.
Yeah.
So, but we can segue into our second one.